Before this video starts, I just want to mention you that the Racer's Edge shirt, you know, these ones are back on the store. So if you want to grab yours, they are available in red. These are the original, the red ones that you all love, just like the red truck from the Fast and the Furious. But also, there's a new edition, the black one. So if you want to grab your Racer's Edge t-shirt, go click the link in the description down below. They are going to be available till the end of August. After that, it's over. Probably we're going to do Racer's Edge hoodies, stuff like that. I don't know. You decide. If you want to see hoodies of that shirt, let me know in the comment section down below. But for the next 30 days, they are going to be available on the Octane & Co store, so act fast if you want one. And also, they are available for worldwide shipping. So whether you are in Australia, in Japan, in Canada, or you live down the street from me, you'll be able to get one delivered to your house. So without further ado, let's jump in the video. Over a year ago, we were in lockdown, and I was on the internet searching for cars to buy and came across this car. Hi everyone, my name is Dom. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, let me run you through what I do. Basically, I love modifying cars and also movie cars from the Fast and the Furious. But for today, we are going to talk about the Civic Type R. I've been owning this car for the past, let's say, a year, like 13, 14 months. And so far, it's been great. I love this car. I absolutely love it. And today I want to talk to you about my 1 year plus ownership with the Civic Type R. So about a year ago, we were in lockdown here in Montreal due to COVID, as you may know. And I was on the internet killing time and I wanted to buy a new car. Back then, my daily driver was an FK7 Honda Civic, nothing special at all. Matter of fact, I hated that car. And yeah, I wanted something new. I had back then my Corvette and a bunch of Fast and Furious cars, but I didn't have a proper sports car, a proper car that you can bang gears, have fun, go to the track. Back then in 2020, it has been already almost like 3 years since I sold my 2015 STI, which was a pretty fun car, but it was now time to get back on the road with a proper, fun tuner car. And so I bought the Civic Type R. So why did I end up with a Civic Type R? I had a bunch of choice to begin with. I really liked the Camaro SS1LE, which was kind of a neat car. It kind of reminded me of the Corvette because of the big V8 and stuff like that. And it was also a track-focused car, which is a bit special for a muscle car, an American car. And there was also the Mark V Supra, but at that time I was like, okay, there's a bunch of for some reason, there was a bunch of Mark V Supras coming out in Montreal, and they were not a rare sight to see on the road. For the Boost Blue, the Civic Type R, well, there's some Civic Type Rs in Montreal. They are not quite popular, but they are almost, if not all of them, are white, championship white. You know, the first choice that comes to your mind when you're buying a Civic Type R. But I decided to go with some logical choices with the Civic Type R. But well, first, for the Camaro, the car was, it was impossible to find one that I really wanted. I really wanted a black Camaro with the matte black hood and some specific specs, and the dealership near Montreal was not able to find that car for me. So that's why I scratched the Camaro off the board. And as for the Mark V Supra, like I said, there was a bunch of them popping out of nowhere, and I really wanted a car that stood out on the road. You're going to say, yes, the Civic is one of the most popular car out there. So yeah, there's plenty of Civics on the road, but there's nothing quite spectacular as a Boost Blue Civic Type R. And you know, if you've seen my previous builds, like my BRZ, my STI, I kind of like, you know, I'm trying to do like the Porsman GT3. I always love the GT3 RS look, and so for some reason, I'm always trying to put that look on each and every car that I'm driving or building. So one of the new color for the GT3 was some kind of this blue, but I think it's called Miami blue or something like that, with the black stripes on the side, some carbon accents all around the car, and the bronze wheels. And if you look at my Civic Type R, it's exactly what I did. But so far, I'm so pleased with the car. It looks awesome. It may be just hard to process because you're spending like, well, we're in Canada. So a car like this, the MSRP of a car like this is about $46,000, $47,000 Canadian money. In the States, it's about 38. But right now, the Boost Blue markup, like the markup for a Boost Blue Civic Type R or the limited edition are crazy. The equivalent of like $60,000 to $70,000 Canadian money to buy a Boost Blue Civic Type R. It's crazy. So I thought it would be a great choice to go with that car due to the fact that the car is pretty rare. I think they sold in Quebec, where I live, they sold less than 5 of these. And for the entire Canada, the entire country, I think there's less than 20 Boost Blue Civic Type Rs. So that makes this car even a rarer sight than the limited edition yellow one, which is good. I think it's okay. So that's the reason why I went with this car, and I do not regret it. Here we are 14 months later, and oh boy, do I love that car. It reminds me a lot of my previous build, whether it's my DC5, my STI, or my BRZ. It's super fun to drive. I love the steering feel of that thing. And even though it's a front wheel drive car, with the proper tires, it's perfect. It launched great, not too many wheel spins. It's just perfect. So you probably realize that the car hasn't been stock for long. Matter of fact, PRL Motorsports actually sent me some of their performance part weeks after I got the car delivered to me. So the high volume intake, the titanium turbo inlet, the front mount intercooler that you can even see on the screen right now. And then other companies follow up with me, such as Hybrid Racing for the short shifter, cable bushings, and some other stuff. And also there's a PTP Turbo Blanket, which sent me their blanket for the turbo, and Hasport for the motor mounts. It makes this car much better to drive. Even though the CTR is already a great car from the get-go, it makes the car even better. In 2021, since I've been working a lot on the Fast and Furious Maxima, by the way, if you haven't watched the series about my Fast and Furious Maxima, you can click right here. It's gonna be awesome. You're going to love it. If you love modifying cars, even though it's a Fast and Furious car, you'll see the process of restoring an old car and modifying it. So be sure to check that out. But for the Type R, since I've been working a lot on the Maxima, I decided to spend a bit more time on the Type R for 2021. And I decided to lower the car and also change the wheels and tire, because let's admit it, the 20-inch rims for the Civic Type R, although they kind of look good when the car is stock, they are pretty terrible to drive on. If you ever been to Montreal, you'll see the roads there are terrible. Even with my vlogs, you can see me driving the car, and you can see it's a harsh ride. So I decided to swap the wheels and tires and the suspension. As for the suspension, I decided to keep my adjustable dampers, my electronic dampers on my cars. So I went with low-ring springs from Haybach. They are the Pro Kit. They are good. They are not awesome. I mean, the ride is pretty stock-ish, but it's good. The car looks much better lowered because it was a bit high from the factory, but it was lowered less than a inch. As for the wheels, Superspeed sent me a set of their wheels, brand new model. I love them. They look fantastic. The finish is super cool. They are not forged wheel, but you can have the same model forged. I invite you, by the way, to go check their website. The link is going to be in my description down below. But definitely great wheels. I love them. As for some bling factor, I decided to use the raised lug nuts. It's just a personal choice. And as for the tire, as always, you know me, for years I've been working with Toyo with my build, so it's the same thing here, Toyo Protex R1R. I remember one of my first brand new car, my 2009 STI, I actually chose to run the R1R on that car 11 or 12 years ago. and I'm still running this tire on my Civic Type R. It's an awesome tire. If you want to, if you want to track the car, but you still want to drive the car on the road, I think it's a much better choice than the R888, although I really want to try the R888 on that car. So we'll see. Also, there's a new partner for 2021 on the Boost Blue project, the Civic Type R. It's Honda. They sent me their Flash Pro, and it unlocks so much power from the car. Right now the car is running a street tune from Precision Auto, my tuner. He's the guy giving me all the tips and tricks to handle this platform even better. It's super cool, but also there's another product which I'm not allowed to talk to right now, but it involves the AEM water met injection kit, and we are going to install that on the car, visit Precision Auto, and try to squeeze even more power from the car. Other performance mod that I would love to do in the upcoming months would be probably the PRL front pipe and down pipe, and also what I would love to would be an exhaust. I'm still debating on which exhaust I should use on the car. Please let me know in the comment down below. If you are a Civic Type R owner and you change the cat back on your car, let me know your setup, because honestly, I'm still scratching my head on which exhaust do I love the most. So now that you know all my goals with the car and how it's been for the past year, I think it's time to get the car on the road and just show you how it feels and how it handles, because you're going to see it's pretty fun. It's not the quickest car on the earth, but it's definitely a fun car. So let's go on the road and let's have some fun. Okay, so here we go in my Civic Type R. It's not the most powerful Civic Type R out there. It's not the most powerful, it's not the most modified, but it's definitely fun. One thing I'm not able to get rid of though, it's the fake cabin noise. So you are probably hearing some engine noise from the mic right now. It's not what you think. You can barely hear the engine if I put the car in comfort mode. If you've watched my previous video, I think I did a vlog driving that thing, and it was not as quick as this one, as it is right now. So let's get on the highway. Because of the R1R tire, the car is much better now. Before, when I had the 20-inch rims on the car, I had wheel spin even on the highway. It was not cool. And oh boy, do I love the sound of that engine. Even though I don't have like the big exhaust and whatnot, it's just, I mean, the PRL intake and titanium inlet pipe are just such a great combo. The car handles so well, even though, like I said earlier, even though I just have like lowering springs on the car, the ride is good. And right now I'm in R mode, and to be honest, R mode was almost unbearable when you were driving the car with 20-inch rims. In this case though, with the 18s and the much thicker sidewall, I think it's just how the car should have been from the factory. I know that Honda didn't want it to have torque steer and stuff like that, so that's why they just use like super positive offset on the wheels. I think they are like 48 or 52. So the brakes are dead center from the wheel, and that way, you know, the car, well, not the brakes, the knuckle, but you get the point. The wheel is dead center with the axle, which is just perfect. With the wheels that I have right now, the Superspeed wheels, they are a bit more offset. They are a bit more offset than the original one. I'm running right now 18 by 9.5 plus 38 offset on the car. And with the 265/35 2018 R1R, they are, I mean, they are flush. If you love flush fitments, like very flush, they are. The downside though, sometimes it rubs. And I was reading through forums and stuff like that, Facebook groups of Civic Type R's owner, and they all told me, well, you're going to be fine. Like 265 tires aren't gonna rub on your car if you're not too slammed on the ground, which is totally my case. I'm not too slammed. I'm just like, it's just perfect. And I forgot one thing. When you get an R1R tire from Toyo, they are about 10 millimeters wider than a regular tire because of their more squared edges on the side. So yeah, that's what I totally forgot. They look good, but you know, sometimes on bumps or, you know, small bumps on the highway, you can hear some rubbing in the fenders in the back, but it's okay. The inner fenders are plastic, so it's not a big deal. Also, I forgot to mention earlier when I was just doing the overview of the car, there's a company who helped me a lot with the interior of my car. You know, I love good-looking cars, but I also like my cars to be cool from the inside. I love quality and stuff like that. And let's face it, for $50,000, well, 50,000 Canadian dollar, for a Civic Type R, for a Honda Civic, the interior is not all that great. The seats are good. You can clearly see there was some cost-cutting material used in the back. The door panel are different than in the front. The fake carbon fiber everywhere. It's not all that great. So there's two companies that I want to mention in this video, and if you love their product, if you love carbon fiber and Alcantara, please go check them out right now. Overland Design gave me some parts, some Alcantara parts to finish up the interior, which still looks factory, but I think that's how the car should have been from the factory. The top of the dash is an Alcantara, and also some portion of the center console around the shifter and the radio, Alcantara as well. So major props to Overland Designs for these parts. And also Carbon My Ride. They are a UK-based carbon fiber manufacturer who specialize in carbon fiber parts. They did my mirrors. They are actual mirror caps. They are not overlays, which is a good thing, especially for the exterior of a car. It feels high quality, it feels OEM, and that's great. I was looking for these mirrors for almost a year, and then I discovered them, which is great. And also, I've got the complete carbon fiber package inside my car. They did like the trims on the dash, on the door. It looks awesome. 1 year with my Civic Type R. Usually I get tired real quick of a new car, and that's why I'm trying to put more stuff on it, modifying it a lot. In the case of the Civic Type R, I don't feel the need of modifying it. It's just too good. I haven't driven a 2017 to 2019 on the Civic Type R, but in the case of this car, it's just, there's something. I feel like the power is just enough for what you need on the road. My only downside of this car, and I think it's a negative, it's a downside for a lot of F8 owner, the clutch. It's a very easy clutch, but I think there's something like a delay valve or something like that that prevents the clutch from, you know, snapping or engaging too quickly or stuff like that. And usually for a consumer, it's a good thing, but for spiritual driving, it is not. There's a lot of people who try to power shift the Civic Type R, and because of that valve in the slave cylinder, if you power shift the car, you're going to grind the second gear like crazy. And even if you're not thinking about power shifting the car, it happens. It sucks, and I hate it. The engine mount that I received from Hasports are a great addition. It eliminates the wheel hop, And I remember my last Honda front-wheel drive car that I owned, like not like daily driver, but the last project Honda that I owned was an RSX, a DC5, and with the stock engine mount, there was definitely some wheel hop, and then you could crack your main engine mounts, and it really sucked. But in this case, it's just perfect. But there's a downside for this. There's a lot of vibration, but if you're used to race cars, it's good. You're going to be fine. It's not a big deal. Like the engine mounts that I have on my Civic Type R, you can hear the vibration. Well, you can feel the vibration. What's up, Marky Mark? But you can feel the vibration only when you're stopped or on cold starts or when you engage the clutch. So not a big deal again, but such a great car. I feel like all these little mods here and there really makes the car better. I don't feel like I need more. There's a lot of people who are going to change the turbo on these cars. They are going to put mad power, then to a point that they are going to need a new clutch. Not the point here. Definitely not needed in my case. I don't feel like I need that much power. Right now, I'm about 360 horsepower on the car, just okay. Maybe with the water met kit that I'm going to install and tune with Precision Auto, maybe there's going to be a tiny bit more, probably in the 380 area. It's going to be enough. I don't feel the need to have 400 horsepower in a Civic Type R, even though there's a saying that says more power the better. Or more power, baby. Shout out to James Pumphrey. But anyway, since I'm not tracking the car, I know. It looks like a car that is ready for track racing, but I'm not tracking the car. It's my weekend car, weekend driver. I just want to have fun with it. It looks like a track car, but that's what I like. I don't feel like I'll ever need 400 horsepower. If I want raw power, I'm going to take my Corvette for a spin. And even though I have more than 400 horsepower in my Corvette, I don't even push it. So maybe I'm getting too old, but anyway. I think this will wrap up the video of the Civic Type R. It was a fun video. It's been a long time since I posted stuff about my Civic Type R. I think almost 6 months. I'm sorry for that. I know a lot of you, compared to my Instagram, by the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, right there, but I feel like a lot of you on Instagram, well, my followers on Instagram really loves the Fast and the Furious, and I can complain, I know it, but I feel like most of you on YouTube, you are actually looking for more Honda content, more modifying cars content, not really Fast and Furious oriented stuff. And I completely understand it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to release more videos about the Civic Type R in the upcoming months. There's going to be also a new project on the channel. I cannot say more. You probably saw some teasers about it, but there's going to be a new project. I feel like a lot of you guys love Hondas. You like good-looking Hondas, like not project cars. You love actual cool Hondas, and the new one that I just got is definitely a cool one. So there's going to be a new Honda on the channel, and also there's one which has left the channel. It was not very popular. I bought, you may remember, if you want to see it, there's going to be a link right there. About a year ago, less than a year ago, I bought a Honda Element and I sold it due to the fact that I lost interest in the car, and also I realized that they are very prone to catalytic converter theft, and I got mine stolen 2 times, so that's why I decided to sell it. So that means I need a new daily driver. If you have some suggestions, let me know in the comment section down below. What should I get as a new daily? And by a new daily, it needs to be practical. It needs to fit my bikes, and also, if possible, it needs to be able to pull a car. So let me know in the comment section down below what you'd like to see as my daily driver. Maybe I would not even do content about that car, but I need a daily driver. So you would probably see me a lot of time driving that car around in videos, as you probably saw my Element a few times in the Maxima build series. So that's that. Anyway, guys, that's a lot of information. I'm going to wrap up the video right now. It's been a pleasure as always. If you want to see more videos like this that I'm explaining that rub, but if you want to see more video like this where I'm driving my cars, reviewing my cars, explaining my cars, let me know. I think I should do a video like this about the Maxima, since the Maxima is much more than just a show car. It's much more than, like, you know, a replica like the Jetta. It's an actual show car that can actually drive, take corners, accelerate nice. So if you want to see more about the Maxima, let me know also. So guys, as always, thank you for watching this video. If you're not subscribed yet, please do. It helps a lot. I'm trying to reach 10,000 subs. I mean, 2 years ago, I was trying to reach 20,000 subs before starting the Maxima, and I feel like every time you're asking people to subscribe to you, the algorithm will just cut your legs off. So, yeah. Anyway, if you love my content, subscribe. If you're already subscribed, tell your friends to subscribe. And we are going to be a one big family. So one last pull, and I see you in the next one. Goodbye.